It's the Roch Benjamin. My ox, my brethren.
Yeah.
Praying without season. Mankind heart ain't freezing.
Let's go.
Lips of the not, say they not take no talk. What them a take forget some loving at them heart. Say they not take no talk. Them not no loving at them heart. Them hear wisdom and frown upon it. Sinking sand they build them home upon it. Some think on them own the planet. Destruction them sit down on planet. Love it decrease and evil I go hard you know. Israelites miss and over say the Lord you know. You shine your Christ on your foot just on your God you know. Can't do you nothing. When the adversary pressure you no stress of ya. No make the enemy get the best of ya. Lean from the messiah, press of ya. Don't forget the message of the letter ya. Stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Yeah. Fight the battle till your eyes them shut. I see the enemy lurking at the cut. Stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Yeah. Fight the battle till your eyes them shut. I see the enemy. No give no energy to negativity. Positive vibration are the key. No make it pull you down like gravity. No make it pull you down like gravity. When obstacles are not the way like a big stone. Give it to the Father and leave it alone, leave it alone. Don't render evil for evil. When the wicked persecute you season to season, hunt them a hunt. No give iniquity no room in your heart. The blessing I go come and the blessing I go come. Get on your knees and pray for them. Hope the Father make a way for them. Hope he make a way for them. I hope they listen to the song when he play it for them. Stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Find them up until your eyes them shut. I see the enemy lurking at the gun. Stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Fight them back until your eyes them shut. I see the enemy.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Et c'est pour toute autorité.
Wickedness can't stand them. He don't wanna condemn them. Most high him reach out them and them, but they don't care. I don't understand them. Wickedness can't stand them. He don't wanna condemn them. Most high him reach out them and them, but them no care. I don't understand them. Palms to the sky, no lie, I send a prayer up. Sins to be cleared up, most high hear us. Blood's crying out aloud, I know you tear up. World's full of wickedness, not be near us. Israel cheer up, demons they fear us. These are the end times, Christ he prepared us. His love is an honor, that wouldn't change up. With the whole armor, we got to stay prayed up.
Stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Yeah. Fight the battle till your eyes them shut. I see the enemy lurking at the gun. Stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Send them up, way up. Yeah.
Yes. We gotta stay prayed up, brothers and sisters. Send them up, way up. And fight the battle till your eyes them shut. All praises be to the Most High. Welcome back to the Born of Levi experience. I am your host, Deacon Hazak. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I missed you all last week. But you know, during that pagan holiday, they had me working really late. And, you know, I had to prepare for the next day. It was our, you know, as you guys can see, I've seen the video of our brother, our dearly brother, Sharaf Eric Benjamin, who is no longer with us and is now in the hands of the Father, sleeping in, you know, resting in Abraham's bosom. We did his going away service last Friday, which was a blessing. And I mean, the way we was able to send our brother home, the service was such a blessing. The edification that was given through the sermon, through all of the testimonies, the songs from the choir, it was just a blessed ceremony, a blessed service, and I know he's smiling and he's praying for us there in the bosom, because where he's at, he's good. All right. The wearing out of the saints. Y'all see the title. We're going to talk about the wearing out of the saints. He don't got to worry about that no more. He praying for us now. He praying for us so that way we could get rest the same way he got rest. So praise the Most High that he's in rest right now. And we got to get to where he got to get to, because brothers and sisters, we are in for some serious times moving forward. And I'm telling y'all, if you didn't know that, now you gonna know. And we've been talking about it on this channel for a while, right? But we're going to continue talking about it. And brothers and sisters, if I'm coming in nice and clear, I need you to do me a favor really quickly. Please drop a quam in the chat if I'm coming in nice and clear. If you guys can hear me, please drop a quam in the chat so that way we could get started with today's broadcast. All right, all praises, all praises, all praises, all praises. I want to give all praises to the Most High, Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya, which is what I'm saying is in the Hebrew, I am that I am. That's the name of the God of above all gods. In the name of his son Yeshua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, our Savior. Right? Thank you for the qualms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all see the title of tonight's discussion. I'm gonna be really quick tonight. Ain't gonna be too long, right? For some of y'all, it's still a school night and a work night, or preparation for work tomorrow, right? So we're gonna talk about it. The wearing out of the saints, brothers and sisters. You don't want to miss out on this. Hit that like button on your way in, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit that like button also, and also subscribe too. You're helping us. You help us out very much, right? But stay tuned. The wearing out of the saints up next.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Yes, 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 yes. Welcome back, welcome back. And remember, brothers and sisters, remember to stay prayed up, man. Beautiful, blessed song from our brother, man. And that song is a testimony, man. He left that song for us, understanding the times that we coming into, man. Understanding what we gotta endure moving forward. He didn't know he was a prophet. He didn't know that he was speaking that song. He wrote that song prophetically for us, for this time. But understand that the Most High got us. And I'm gonna show you that through the scriptures, but I want to talk about that briefly. I pray that you all are doing blessed. I pray that you all are doing well. I pray that you all also had a blessed feast of dedications, right? Clap it up for the Most High for that, right? I pray that you all had a blessed feast of dedications. And if you was keeping it for the first time, I pray that you got edified and understood what you were actually partaking in, right? Yeah. Welcome back, welcome back. So we're going to talk about it. The wearing out of the saints. And it's weird how this always happens. I woke up this morning, didn't know what we were going to talk about until later on this evening. I was able to put my thoughts together and allow the Most High to download some information into my thoughts. And what I want to say to begin is understanding that there's too much noise going on. And when I say noise, y'all gonna understand what I mean by when I say noise. Sometimes our lives be so noisy that we can't even hear the Most High speak. And I know and I truly understand that it's done that way purposely by the enemy, by the way this world is designed and how it's ran and how the world is running us. Because believe it or not, brothers and sisters, we're running. We're on a hamster wheel. Every day, night in and night out, we're doing the same thing, working these same tedious jobs. It's like you go to sleep and you wake up and you go right back to it. And I said, and this is why I was saying our lives is so noisy. Everything around us is chaotic. Noise. You always on the move, especially for those who live in New York. Y'all understand what I mean. New York is such a different place. And I understand why a lot of insight comes out from New York when it comes to politics and what's happening geopolitically. Like I'm not downplaying no other states, but something about New York. When I say New York, I'm talking about the city, not the whole state. The city part of New York. And when I look at New York and I look at LA, I believe LA would be like the city part of the whole California, whatever the case is, right? The major city. These two cities kind of run almost the same way. But New York is a little bit more different. Like New York is really a place that just don't sleep. I mean, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning. You want to get somewhere, you'll be able to get there. Public transportation is literally 24 hours in New York. So in New York, like I know for me, I'm able to see things differently. And I'm able to see the scriptures differently because I operate in this place. I was born and raised in New York. I still work in New York. I got to commute there every day. So I could see things scripturally right in my face. But for the average people, the person who's just comfortable living their life and trying to make ends meet and on that hamster wheel and don't take a time to clear to clear the clutter of noise and excitement and everything that goes on around them, they'll miss the Most High speaking, or they'll miss prophetic signs all around them. And it's not until you remove yourself out of the noise and the chaos, because it's crazy, because as a people, we have been conditioned to normalize chaos. Like, it's so weird. Like, I just be like, I don't call me weird, but I just be looking around, I'm looking at people, how they operating. And it's like we've normalized chaos and being busy and trash all over the place. I'm watching the other day. I'm at work and I'm looking at this older man. He looked like he could have been in his 40s, 50s. I'm on 125th in Harlem. 125th in Harlem. If y'all go there, it's like the 80s over there. You got fiends leaned over on a park bench. They smoking crack right at the bus stop. I'm telling you right now. I'm not even like dragging it. I'm not making this up. I literally see people smoking crack at the bus stop. Like, it's really crazy. But I'm on 125th. I'm working, whatever the case is. And I'm watching this guy, this old guy. He looked like he probably was in his 50s, late 40s. Nah, I wouldn't say late 40s. Probably in his 50s, mid 50s. He's eating this thing. He's eating. And then when he's done with it, he just takes it and just throw it on the floor. Like, just throw it over his shoulder and just garbage all over. I'm like, yo, how did we normalize this behavior? How come that's okay? Like, how come in his mind said, yo, I shouldn't litter because this is my neighborhood. I live here. And for some reason, something about New York, it just normalizes chaos, the noise. And this is why I said our lives is so noisy. And it's not until, and it's weird because it's like there's a veil over the population in New York City, I should say. This is my take. If you live in New York, you may not see it the way I see it, but this is how stuff is coming to me. And it's like before I moved out of New York, there was a veil over there's like a veil over everyone's eyes. Definitely was a veil over my eyes because I never thought that I would live anywhere outside of New York. I thought I was, born and raised, you know what I mean? Brooklyn do or die. That was my slogan, right? Right? And I never seen myself outside of New York or, not being or just not realizing the chaos that was all around me because of all of the noise. You always on the go. But it's not until I stepped out of it, and then when I come back into it to work, I'm able to see the dysfunction. I'm able to see the chaos that we normalized as living. And I realize why so many people are on edge in New York. Why are people always so angry? Like, and you could even ask people who travel into New York, people as tourists, or if you from another state, you came to New York. It's kind of hard getting used to the New York pace. It's so fast paced, and if you take a second too long, you're getting cursed out, you're getting shoved, you're getting dirty looks. And I realize why that's like that, because everybody is so on edge because we're all packed into this city. Everybody has a car. The city is so packed. There's a light at every block. You can't get to where you want to go to. So everybody's on edge. Everybody's upset. You're upset at the bus driver. You're upset at the cab driver. You're upset at everybody. Everyone is upset, crazy. But it's not until you step out and you experience peace and quiet, and you're like, yo, why was I living like this for all these years? Why did I accept this over this? And I'm like, yo, this is done purposely. And it's like, the Most High had to remove the veil for you to see. It's like the Most High literally have to remove the veil out your eyes to see, like, you shouldn't accept this. And it's like he'll frustrate you with everything around you, hoping that you're like, all right, Father, like, what's the next move? And I'm saying that because earlier this week, I seen this video on Instagram where a brother who lives in the Bronx, and this is part of the 5 boroughs in New York, the city. So a brother lives in the Bronx, and he made a video of what he has to do to protect his vehicle from getting robbed and people taking parts from it. I gotta go. Hopefully, matter of fact, I should pull up the video. I want to pull up the video and try to see if I can find it. What he does is so crazy. He gotta pull the emblem out the car, take out the sensor, put these bags over over the mirrors. He got this big old device over the steering wheel. Y'all remember in the early 90s, the club? My father used to always put the club on the car. Like, I'm like, Dad, nobody's going to take this old Buick. Like, no one is taking this Buick. But my man put the club on the Buick because it was the thing. It was security back then. So, I mean, may the Most High rest his soul, right? But this brother had to put this big circle contraption thing over the steering wheel so no one could steal his car. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the normalization of chaos. Like, you feel okay that you have to do all that for a car? It's a car. You drive up the block, you crash it, it's not worth anything. So in the comment section, I just type in the comments, yo, maybe you shouldn't live there. And he responds back. The brother responds back like and says, this is how I know the veil was still on his eyes. He said, so I should move because of a car? And I replied back and I said, nah. I was like, yo, bro, think about it. To do all that, what you're doing for a car is kind of wild. And then I asked him, why should you have to live like that? Then he just liked the comment because I know when I said that to him, something resonated in him, because from the outside looking in, right, I could see it, but he can't see it. Like I would be doggone dang, if that's even a term, right? Or I'll be damned, if that, yeah, that's the phrase. If I have to put all those security measures on a vehicle where I live just to have peace of mind. And I'm like, yo, why as a people do we have to accept that? You don't have to accept that. You don't have to accept trash all over the place. You don't have to accept being robbed. You don't have to accept someone breaking into your home. You don't have to accept that. But we normalize that. And with all of that noise going on all around you, how can that person see the Most High or hear the Most High when he's calling you? Because you're so worried about protecting your car from being grand theft. You're so concerned about, yo, am I going to find parking when I go home? You're so concerned about, yo, am I going to get robbed, or is my house going to get broken into? And all of this stuff that's going on all around you, making sure you catch that bus, making sure you catch that train so you can get to work on time. Not on that. Hopefully you get paid enough to pay the rent, because the rent is so crazy in New York. So you got all of this noise going on all around you. Where's the time for you to sit down and hear the Most High? And it's not until you find peace and quiet and solitude, or the Most High will break everything down for you to actually hear him. And a lot of you who are watching now, who are probably newer, experience that during 2020, where you had no choice but to stay in the house and do nothing. Because you lost your job, whatever the case is. Everything is shut down. You can't go to the movies. You can't go to the park. You can't do nothing. So you was just in your home, in your own space, in your solitude. Then now the Most High can speak to you because there's quiet now. And I'm starting to believe these cities are purposely run this way so that way the average person could never find God. It has to be the reason, because just walking down a New York City street, there's no time to really think. Everything is on the fly. Like, you making decisions on the go, because everything is just happening so fast. And then now after all of that chaos, you trying to rush during rush hour. You trying to rush to get back home. Hopefully you find parking. Hopefully there's something to eat. Let me try to watch this show real quick. Then you go to bed to go right back into the chaos again. That is not the way. That is not a way to live. But we've normalized it. And the powers that be, or the powers that shouldn't be, they've done a great job. They've done a great job with constructing these cities and constructing the society in a certain way to keep us on a hamster wheel, to keep us always on a go, keep us always worrying about a bill. We got to pay this. You need money for this. Because think about it. Everybody is chasing a dollar. Everybody, when you leave your house in the morning, you going to work, whatever you drive, whatever it is that you're doing. You hustling, you're doing Uber Eats, you're doing Uber, you're doing whatever it is you're doing. You're doing that because you're chasing a dollar. You're hustling for a dollar. So they got you hustling for a dollar. Mind you, it's a promissory note. It really means nothing. It's not backed by anything but by your good faith. So you're hustling for that all day. This is how they got this is how they got our lives programmed. So now, when you try to introduce God to somebody, like, yo, when we talking about God, I gotta pay these dang bills. What do you mean, God? My baby need milk. Where God at? Where's God when I'm buying milk for my baby? So now it makes you question, where's God? It can't be a God. How come my life is so crazy? Hence, they are wearing out the saints. And this is what came up in my mind today, observing all of this. I'm like, yo, they're literally wearing us out. They want all of us out the way. They want all of us gone. Just imagine this big old earth. Think about it, y'all. This big earth that the Most High created for us, all of us. He didn't just create it for the rich. He didn't just create it for the wealthy. He created it for the rich and the poor. But this big old earth that we're supposed to share, there's a group of people on this earth that don't want you having any part of it. They don't think that you deserve to have this earth. They don't think that that you were created to partake in the goodness of this earth. Can you imagine that? You know how sick you have to be as a person? You know how sick as an individual you have to be to not want another person to enjoy the earth the same way you're enjoying it? What I do to you? Who are you? But we accept it. We normalize it. We accept it. We stay in the chaos. We busy. There's noise, all noise. Now we can't hear the Most High. And it's gonna take these certain events where the Most High has to stop the earth to call you, so you can hear him. Would it be too late by that point? By that time? Will it be too late? And this is what I was seeing. And like I said, being from New York, we see the world a bit different, right? I'm not saying that wherever you at in this country, you don't see the world a certain way too. But I believe it's just different here in New York. It's different in LA, these major cities. We could see life a little differently. And we could paint the picture a little bit different from how you may paint the picture because of what we see through the scriptures and what we seeing in our faces from day to day. Right? Let me read this with y'all real quick. Hit that like button on your way in, brothers and sisters. I should have brought some water up here. I'm already getting parched. But I'm in the book of Daniel. Where we at? Daniel 7. Let me show you this. Daniel 7. Right here. I'm going to start at verse 24. Listen to this. This is the vision that was given to Daniel of the 10 horns. Right? And we believe and we understand that right now we're living in that last empire, the final beast, which is Rome. But I want you to understand this. We understand that the 10 horns is represented by Rome and the European Union. That's the breakdown that we have. That's a breakdown that we have the understanding of. And you would know that if you was to join the Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? The Hebrew and Bible Academy, brothers and sisters, you don't want to miss that. I'm telling you, a whole bunch of information comes out of that Hebrew and Bible Academy. But nonetheless, let me say this real quick, right? I'm gonna read this. So listen to this. Daniel 7:24 says, "And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are what? Are 10 kings that shall arise." So the 10 horns are part of that last kingdom, which is Rome. "And another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first." So this last kingdom that would arise from the 10 European unions would be this place called America. We understand as the daughter of Babylon. And what? And he shall subdue 3 kings. Look, and he says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. This kingdom would speak great words against the Most High. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Right? So this final kingdom that will arise will wear out the saints of the Most High. And when you think of what it means to be wearing, to be worn out, you're weary, you're tired, right? You can't catch a break. You just doing the same thing. So this kingdom is designed to wear out the Most High saints. So it's not by accident or coincidence why we're in this predicament. We're always on the go. Sometimes they feel like you don't even have time to even scratch your head. Like, yo, I can't even scratch my own head. Like, what's going on? I'm always doing something. There's always so much noise. And sometimes, even for me, I have to dial back and focus at times to get a word from the Most High, because I'm doing so much. I'm always in something that I can't readily tap into the Spirit like that. You need that. Sometimes you need that peace and quiet, that solitude. But this kingdom is designed to not allow you to do that. And it's done like that strategically. It's done like that purposely. It's about control. They want to control you. They want to control your finances, and they want you to have nothing. They don't want you to reap the benefits of the earth. They believe that we're cattle, that we should be working for them, and they reap the benefits from our labor. That's the way this society is ran. Okay? That's just the way it is. But it says that this last empire, he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And think to change times and laws. Right? We just had daylight savings, daylight saving time. I'm so sick of daylight savings. Like, just leave the time alone. Like, who invented that? Right? Think to change times and laws. And they shall be given, you see, and they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and the dividing of times. So the Most High have ordained for us to be given into their hands for some time. But what? Look at verse 26. It says, but what? But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. So eventually the Most High will take away their dominion, because what they're doing is insane, is evil, like on the 100th level. I ain't even say on the 10th. They passed the 10th level already. They on level 100 right now. Okay, it's wicked what they're doing to the people, not just to us, but to the citizens, where people can't even afford to make ends meet. Everything is rising except for your wages. How does that make sense? How does that even make sense? How do you expect me to survive? You're raising everything. You're raising my rent. You're raising electricity. You're raising the cost of food. But you're not raising my pay. Is there something that you're trying to tell me here? Well, you just want me to just dig my own grave? Is that you might as well just give me a shovel and be like, yeah, here, use this. Well, what are you giving me a shovel for? You'll figure it out. They might as well start doing that. Just give us all shovels. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. Right? Let me go here. Let me go to verse 8. Chapter 8. Look. I'm still in the same book of Daniel. I want you to look at chapter 8. And I'm going to go to verse... All right, here. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 24. Matter of fact, start at verse 23. Look at this. Daniel 8 and 23. Look at this. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. Verse 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. So this particular king that shall arise in this last kingdom, he will destroy not just the holy people, but also mighty people. The mighty merchants of the earth, the mighty men of this earth. Yeah, it's interesting. Who is this guy? Verse 25. Listen, look at this. And through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. So now, look, so I want to do this real quick. Let me go into the Strongs, and I want you guys to see the word there for policy. Look at this. Let's go into the Strongs. Let's go into the Strongs for the word policy, right? And it says, and through his policy. Look at what it breaks down to. It breaks down to intelligence. It breaks down to intelligence. By implication, success. So this person is successful, very intelligent, right? He has knowledge. He's very knowledgeable. He got policies. He got understanding, right? Hold on. There's another one that I want to get to. It's not shown in this one. Hold on real quick. Let me pull it up for y'all real quick. Oh, yeah. Daniel 8. Look at this. Daniel's 8 and 25, right? Let me pull it up here. Let's do this. Let's pull it up on the eSword on the phone. Policies. Let's get it here. It says, we just read that. Prudence, insight, understanding, right? Look at this. Cunning. So his policies are cunning. He's cunning. He has craft. But look, it says craft in a bad sense, though. It may sound good, right? It may sound good, but it's in a bad sense. Right? Stick with me. Cunning, craft in a bad sense, though. Right? Let's see what else we got here. It says, we read that part. Intelligence. Right? So now, when we go back to the scripture now, let me pull it up on this one because it's bigger so you guys can see it. And through his craft or his cunningness, his way with words, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands. Sell you a dream. Tell you, yeah, we're doing this, but it's actually to destroy this and to go after this. He shall magnify himself in his heart. This person is very high-minded, whoever this person is. Right? And by peace shall destroy many. And you know when the scripture says that when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction comes. He's standing in the way to make peace deals between countries, ceasefires, and all of that. Who is this man? He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. They trying to wear out the saints. Listen, I'm not saying who that person is. We got to wait till I guess the Most High reveal it. But we could see some similarities in certain people. Right? His policies, he's very crafty, he's very intelligent. He makes these deals. He actually wrote a book, The Art of the Deal. Now, let me not say too much. We got our eyes on certain people who fits this description. Right? So, as you can see, this last empire will be responsible for wearing out the Most High saints. And they'll do that just to say one thing, but it's really to destroy and to take and to continue to rob and pillage. Okay? Should I play that video first? Now, matter of fact, I didn't want to talk about that first. Let's talk about this. Let's go here.
Are you tired of reading the Bible and not really understanding what it means?
Sorry. Let's look at this. I don't know if any of y'all heard of this, of what he was trying to do. Trump defends 50-year mortgage plan, calling it it's not a big deal. You know, that's how he would say it, right? It's not a big deal. It's nothing. He's saying it's not a big deal. Sound like craft to me. Sound like cunning craftiness to me. Sleight of hand. Over the weekend, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social about a 50-year mortgage and downplayed backlash, saying it's not even a big deal. And it lowers monthly payments. Right? Right now, the average mortgage right now is only a 30-year term. Right? You can get a 40-year term mortgage, but 50-year term? So with this, how many sources is this? We got a couple of sources. There's 11 sources talking about this. All right? Trump's 50-year mortgage gets default warning from Moody's chief economist. So there's a whole bunch of sources. So what I did, right? I gotta see this. So he's claiming that that's not a big deal. He's claiming that's not a big deal, right? Look at this. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all the sleight of hand when it comes to that. Some people might say, yeah, it's a good deal. You'll get cheaper monthly payments. Okay, but is that all that you're doing? And mind you, we spoke about and understanding that this whole place is just designed to wear out the saints, just wearing people out. They don't want you to have anything. They don't want you to share in the great wealth of the earth. They want to take and take and take. By 2030, you should have nothing and you will be happy. That's their slogan, right? So I did it. I went to this AI and I asked it this question. Look, and I asked it this question. Follow along with me. I asked it, Give me a breakdown of a 50-year mortgage with an interest rate of about 6.2%. Right? So right now in America, like the average home, let's say average, right? It's probably going about for what, like 400,000, right? And I use a 6.2%. That's like that. That's like the going rate right now, right? 6.2%. Right? So the AI was able to break down the whole loan, and it's crazy what you don't see is happening to you in the back end. And for those of you who don't have a mortgage or don't know about finances or don't understand anything about the housing market, buying a house is basically designed for you never to really actually pay it off. They say on average, the average homeowner only lives in the house for about 7 years. On average. But within that 7 years, it's criminal. It's criminal how much you actually paid towards the house. All these people, like I'm telling you right now, all of these people is crooks. All of them. They all crooks. From the insurance companies, from the mortgage banks, all of them are crooks. This is why this place got to go, because like it doesn't make any sense anymore. The Rockefellers did a great job with making sure that the people do not benefit from anything. Thank the Rockefellers. They are Satan's henchmen. Okay? So look, so below, so the AI said to me, below is a plain vanilla. Plain vanilla. So no sprinkles, no nothing. It's plain. 50-year, fully amortized loan at 6.2%. Annual interest, right? So they did the math, whatever the case is. But I'm going to show you this. Look, let's go here. A, monthly payment versus loan amount, right? So now the loan, so like you could choose, like let's say if you had a loan for $100,000, your monthly payment would be what? $543. But let's go with the going rate, $400,000. That's like the median price that you'll pay for a home in the United States, right? Look, it says if you took out a loan for $400,000, your monthly payment would be $2,174.68. You would think that all of that money would be going to your home, right? Look. B, total interest paid over 50 months. Let's see how much interest you would have paid in total on top of the $400,000 that you owe them. And this is why the Most High didn't want us using usury. Look at this. For the same $400,000 loan, the total interest you would have paid is $904,808. More than double than what you took out. This is craft at its finest right here. For him to go on Truth Social and say it is not a big deal, oh yeah, it's a very big deal. You could fool everybody with saying yeah, low monthly payments, yeah. But look what they're getting. Look what they're getting in the back end. Look what they're getting in the back end. I only asked you for $400,000, but I gotta pay you $904,000, which brings the total that I repaid you $1,304,808. That sounds like a good. I'm gonna ask y'all. Does that sound like a good deal to y'all? Does that sound like does that sound like that's not a big deal to y'all? That's wickedness, right? That's evil. So what actually happens? Yeah, your monthly payments will be low, But the amount that you would pay them over that 50 years, if you end up paying them for 50 years, good Lord, this is how much you would end up paying them. So you'll be paying them more than that you borrowed. That's more than double what you've asked for. It's crazy. So look, interest. So now look let's look at the breakdown. And this is how you know the devil was sitting with them. The devil was sitting with them and gave them a special calculator to how to calculate this math. It had to, there's no, you can't tell me a regular man thought of this program. The devil had to give them this. Cause what? Look at this. The first month, interest, right? On the 400,000. So your monthly payment would be $2,000, supposedly it would be $2,066, right? The principal payment, so on top of everything would basically be $2,100 a month, right? $2,174.68 minus the interest. The interest is actually $2,000. So what actually goes into the actual loan? The 400 grand that you owe them. They're taking the 2,000 and they're only putting $108 towards what you owe them. It's diabolical. It is diabolical. So $2,000 is going to their pocket, to the bankers, to their pockets, and you're only, for that first month, you only put $108 towards your loan. You got this big old mortgage payment, but only $100 went to the mortgage, to the actual mortgage. The rest actually went to someone's pockets. And that's why y'all wanna know who actually is running the world? Y'all wanna know who make the rules and regulations for this world? Look at your bankers, your JP Morgans, right? Your Berkshire Hathaways, all of these major banks, these bankers, they're the ones who create your laws. They're the ones who's running the world. Because every time they go under, who gets the bailout? The banks. And look at all of this money that they're profiting off of the people. Right? So that was the first month. See? Cumulative principal paid, right? For the 12, so look at this. At the end of the first year of you paying that mortgage, 12 months, your balance of $400,000 went down to $300,998. Cumulative principal paid, you had a monthly payment of $2,100, but at the end of the year, your mortgage only went down $1,300 for the year. You paid $1,300 towards your mortgage, and you actually paid $24,000. $24,000 went to the bankers' pockets. It didn't go to your loan. It went to someone's pocket. Now you tell me, does that sound like a good deal to y'all? Look at this. Month 60. Right here. Month 60. At the end of year 5, you only paid $6,500 towards your mortgage. And you've paid the banks $123,000. With the money that you've paying, you could have been paid off the loan. But nah, you paying the bank for loaning you the money. This is criminal. And this is this is how they're wearing us out. They're selling us this dream. Oh, it's the American dream. You want to buy that house with the white picket fence and all that. But in actuality, they're just allowing you to live in it. You'll never own it. And if you do own it, if you do get to own it, After 50 years, they done sucked everything out of you. Now you have no nothing for your children unless you sell it. But if you sell it now, they'll charge you a capital gains tax of the appreciation of the house. So they still coming after your money still, but there's ways around it. You know, that's another conversation, but I can't, you know, we're not talking about that here. We ain't talking about finances here, but there's ways around it. But I just want you to see the diabolical activity of these world powers. Look at that. Look at month 112. So basically, a 50-year mortgage would be 600 months. So in month 120, which is the end of the 10 years, your balance, you've been paying this house for 10 years. And you've only paid it down to $386,000. You only paid into the house $13,000, $760. But you've paid the bank $247,200 in total. Is that fair? No one don't see anything wrong with this, with the math. Look at this. Look what the AI said. It said, notice how slowly principal declines. After 10 years, you've paid off only 3.4% of the loan. After 10 years. And you got to work this job. You got to sweat, losing time from your family for this. What type of life is this? Rule of thumb shortcuts. All right, we don't want to talk about this. So basically it says break even point. You won't break even until month 420 or 430. Basically 35 to 36 years of the loan. That's when you will break even. In a traditional mortgage, after 30 years, it would have been paid off. But in a 50-year mortgage, you only paid off half of the loan in 30 years. How much did they make? Where is it at? Okay. It says total interest paid per 100K would be 200. So every 100K, you would have paid them 226 grand. Mind you, you took out 400 grand. So you do that, you times that, let's do this. You times that by four, you times that by 4, $226,000, times that by 4, this is how much you would have paid them. This is how much you would have paid the banks before you paid them back the 400,000. Now, is that fair? Is that fair? It's diabolical what they doing to us. But the Most High said that they will wear out the saints of the Most High. And we will be given into their hands. But the Most High said the judgment shall sit, so we don't got to worry about that. Grace says, my husband was just talking about our house being paid off, if not for interest. See? Somebody asked, do y'all, in parentheses, G.O.C.C., celebrate the new moon? Yes, we celebrate the new moon. We celebrated the new moon last Shabbat when the sun went down. We ushered in the new moon, or the new month of for the winter. So at the end of the Feast of Dedication, we ushered in the winter feast. It's one feast in the same, so it's two, basically simultaneous. Basically, So it's one feast, the Feast of Dedication, then it brings in the new moon, or in Hebrew, the new month for winter. So yes, we do. But we don't follow it according to the Jewish way, or looking in the sky and looking for a full moon. We don't do that. All the new moons, all the changing of seasons, all of the Sabbath, all of the feasts of the Most High lands and falls on Sabbath days. All of the feasts of the Most High falls on Sabbath days. Feasts that he has ordained from the beginning, they fall on Sabbaths. So if your feast is not falling on the Sabbath, you are not following the proper calendar. You're following a Babylonian calendar that was given to you by white European Jewish people. But yet we want to tell them they going in chains, but we following what they doing. We got to make it make sense. We God's chosen. We the Most High's chosen people, but we following their calendar. We following their holy days. We're on when they following it. We calling upon the name of their God. We got to make it make sense. But yeah, it's diabolical. It's diabolical what they doing to us. It's crazy. And he had the nerve to say, oh, let me get this out the way. He had the nerve to say, a 50-year mortgage plan is not a big deal. Yeah, for you. You ain't paying a mortgage. And you're in cahoots with the banks. He's actually going to profit through the stocks growing extra, what's the word? Enormously, or whatever the word is. The stock's growing. You're going to make money off that. Right? So, of course, it's not a big deal for him. But for us, who's barely making ends meet, that's not a good deal. You mean for me to have a home, I got to pay you 2 times the amount? To hopefully I could kick back and own something, I could pass it down to my children if you don't end up taking it because I didn't pay the taxes on it. So it's all part of the one plan. I want to share this with y'all. I gotta share this with y'all. Here's y'all favorite mayor. $20 to anybody who could pronounce his name properly. $20. $20 if you could pronounce his name properly. Zoran Mamdani, right? Let's look at his future plans, or one of his policies that he has for New York City. Huh? Here it is. Let's listen to him. Just look at him.
Standing here on West 83rd Street in front of a building owned by one of the worst landlords in New York City. It has racked up hundreds of code violations. After years of neglect and ongoing pressure from tenants, the city finally stepped in and sued the landlord. But even that didn't fix these issues. We are talking about a lack of heat, a lack of hot water, and instead, leaks, rats, a literal beehive in the wall.
As a, just to, help him out a little bit. Yeah, there are some landlords who are very bad landlords, and they should just not be landlords. Like, they have no clue on what they're doing with their property. And to a certain extent, a lot of these properties in New York, they're rat infested, roach infested, not upkept, not well maintained, need a lot of renovations, not up to date. And some of these landlords have the nerve to fix their lips and be like, yeah, $3,200. And you looking around the places in the size of a box. I'm going to pay $3,200 for a box? What? So what he's saying is correct. But we got to look at both sides of the spectrum. In New York favors tenants. So if I'm a landlord and I have a bad tenant that has not been paying me for years, and I take them to court, the court will allow that person to remain in my house and not pay no rent while they're destroying my property, right? They're not paying no rent. So if you're not paying me no rent, how am I supposed to pay for repairs? So what he's not saying is a lot of these landlords are just retaliating on bad tenants and just, all right, I can't get you out. You ain't getting no hot water. You ain't getting no heat. We ain't fixing nothing until you decide to leave. Then they'll renovate, and then they'll rent it out for more. So there's two sides to the story, but it's all about grabbing people's stuff, people's wealth, people's legacies.
Housing isn't just more expensive than ever, it's falling apart. But what's Mayor Adams doing about this? The same thing as his real estate donors, nothing. That's why I'm announcing a plan to overhaul the mayor's office to protect tenants, bringing code enforcement under one roof and making sure that...
See, it's about protecting the tenants, but what about protecting the landlord? That's someone's investment property. That person worked hard to buy that piece of property, that building. For me to just let a tenant just live in it rent free, but still expect me to fix stuff all around the house, and you ain't paying me a cent in 12 months, huh?
Agencies are working together to hold bad landlords accountable. Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous.
So if you put all these fines on me, that's one, and I have a tenant that's not paying me, how am I supposed to pay the fines and fix the apartment because of the fines? First of all, I can't fix the apartment because my tenant is not paying. And on top of that, so I can't fix the apartment. So now I'm getting fines. So if I can't fix the apartment because my tenant is not paying, how am I going to pay the fines? But I want you to understand, this is what they're going to use. This is what they're going to do to be able to steal your property and take it right from you. They know what they're doing. So when they were allowing tenants to live in your home or your apartment building, whatever the case is, and they're incentivizing them not to pay, they knew exactly what they were doing for this moment right here.
And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix it, the city's gonna step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill.
You see that? Now the city, for some reason, now the city cares so much. The city will step in, make the repairs that you didn't ask for, and then give you a bill like, yeah, you got to pay for this. What? So I got to pay you for something that I didn't ask you to do. And if I don't pay it, you're going to seize my property and declare it. Yeah, the city owns this now because you have a debt that you got to pay with us. But you sitting there scratching your head like, yo, how am I supposed to pay these fines? How am I supposed to pay this? I don't have the money. I'm working 2 jobs to cover the mortgage now because my tenant won't pay me. So yeah, how is this working? But understand that this is what it is. You will own nothing and be happy.
If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business. And we're going to transform 311 by bringing the latest in cutting-edge technology. Scheduling appointments with inspectors so you actually know when they're showing up to your apartment. And the best part? You're gonna pay for this!
You see that? You see him? You're gonna pay for this. Look at the ideology of these people, bro.
But actually, bad landlords are gonna pay for this.
So he would consider them a bad landlord, but I bet you that landlord would have another story. Like I say, I'm not excusing the real bad ones. Like there's some real bad landlords. But what about the landlords that really cannot afford to upkeep the property because they have tenants that are not paying? I had a coworker, right, who recently bought a home, and he had a 2-family house and he had tenants. His tenant decided they weren't going to pay. Now he was stuck with a $4,500 mortgage bill that he had to pay. And when I say that brother was doing overtime like there was no tomorrow, my man lived in the job, bro. I felt so bad for him. Because he had a tenant that decided that they were not going to pay. So would he be considered a bad landlord if he didn't have enough money to upkeep the property? Is that a bad landlord, or does he has a circumstance that he has a bad tenant? Now that tenant would go to the mayor's office or city hall, wherever they go, and file a complaint against this bad landlord. Yeah, we don't have no heat, we don't have no hot water, we don't have none of this stuff. Now the city will come in, not knowing that tenant is not paying. That's the reason why that's the reason why the landlord can't even afford to fix the apartment that you're living in. So now the city would be like, all right, yeah, you're a bad landlord. Yeah, we're gonna fix all these things. Now you owe us. Not on top of that, you got to pay these fines. Oh, you can't pay none of it back? All right, we'll just take your property. You don't deserve it. Now, all of that money that you work hard for, that you put into this property, your blood, sweat, and tears, you bought this, and this is your investment. You're supposed to pass it down to your children. Now they're stepping in and taking it from you. Wearing out the saints.
We're going to fund this expanded enforcement in the most obvious way. By actually
Expanded
collecting
enforcement.
the fines and enforcing the violations, the Adams administration has spent 4 years ignoring.
These people
Everybody
are crazy.
says housing's a human right. Let's start acting like it.
And this is the man that they elected to be the mayor of New York. Good luck. Good luck, New York. Good luck. Godspeed. It's crazy. How do you want these people to live? How do you want people to make ends meet? Y'all got certain laws on the book that incentivize crooks. People that that. I had another friend who had a tenant, and the tenant didn't pay in like 6-7 months, and then my boy went on Instagram and seen his tenant in Mexico. You in Mexico with my money? Is that fair? Like, these people have no remorse. Like, yo, I didn't pay you in 6 months. Okay, I can't afford it. But you in Mexico with my money? You in Dubai? Like, what? What are we doing here? So you got to be very careful if you want to get into real estate, and just know what you're doing. Have a plan, right? This is what they doing. Trump's 50-year plan, mortgage plan. There was something else I wanted to play too. Right? Wearing up the saints of the Most High, man. Matter of fact, let me play this video. I seen this video, and this is off of the topic of I guess the mortgage payments and all of this stuff, all this madness that these people are doing, finding ways to just cut us off at each turn. Like, the way they designed this thing for us to really just lose our minds, and be like, you know what, just put the barrel to our head and be like, you know what, I'm done with this. This is what they want. And if they can't get us out the way by us having like a heart attack or a stroke because of stress, this is how they doing it. Let me show you something. This is exactly how they doing it. Where is it? Where's that video? Oh, matter of fact, before I play that, let me show you this one. This one is along the same line with the same fraud and all of this stuff. Look, take a look at this. I seen this one today, and I was like, yo, wow. Take a look at this. What's the volume? Oh, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all this. This right here. This is diabolical on another level, right? So let's take a look at this. I don't know what he's dealing with, but
a courtroom confrontation today.
They stealing black people homes in New York City. And when they say the they, you already see who the they are. Look at them. They stealing black people homes in New York City. Look. Fair use.
The long-awaited sentencing in a major deed theft case was unexpectedly postponed. News 12 Shakti Dennis was there.
Tensions ran high inside the Brooklyn courthouse today. On one side, victims of deed theft.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Deed theft is a big thing that people are doing. They'll sign away your deed, and next thing you know, you don't even have a house anymore. They're able to do these kind of things. Hold on, go ahead.
Another supporters of Sanford Solney, a disbarred lawyer who was convicted back in June for stealing 11 Brooklyn properties through a fraudulent real estate scheme targeting mostly minority homeowners in financial distress.
Targeting minority homeowners. Like they'll just never stop, bro. Like we already don't even have nothing. And the little bit that we have, y'all want to take that from us too. Let alone y'all walking around with our wallet, our identification. Y'all claiming to be us, and that's not even enough. Now now they want to take our homes right from under us. Good Lord. Like, yo, it's like what I was saying. This earth the Most High created is so big. And he created it for all of us to share it, but they don't want us to have no parts of it at all. These people are wicked.
Supposed to happen today, but last night some victims learned that it had been postponed. Lawyers say Solney hadn't met with probation because of the Jewish holidays. Still, some victims came to court anyway, only to find dozens of Solney supporters there too.
Look, y'all see that? Hold on.
Sentencing was supposed to happen
Look at this.
Today, but last night some victims learned that it had been postponed.
Look at this.
Lawyers say Solney hadn't met with probation because of the Jewish holidays. Still, some victims came to court anyway, only to find dozens.
Look at this.
Of Solney support.
Look how many Jewish people came up to support a crook. My man is stealing people's deeds. And they're showing up in numbers supporting him. Yo, you see, that's one thing you got to give them credit. At least they stick together, even if it's through the good and the bad. They don't turn their back on their own. But look at this though. Good Lord.
He told me
that I should not come today. Why can't I show up today as a victim? Why didn't you call all of them and tell them not to show up?
See?
Inside the courtroom, the judge set a new sentencing date and allowed one victim who traveled from out of state to read an impact statement.
He took away my property. He took away my choice. Mr. Solney harmed me and left me with a short end of the stick.
Why should he even get a trial? Look what you do to these innocent people. Look what you did to these people, hardworking people, bro. Our people. We just minding our business. We working these jobs. We just trying to have a little something for our families, but y'all taking that from us too.
His attorney says he respects the court's decision, but claims the victims are not telling the full story.
What? The victims are not telling the full story that you stole from me? Like, what else is there to talk about? Like, what? What's the full story? You stole. Like, I don't got to say anything else.
Of making a false representation, punishment will ensue for that. But this persistent notion that all of these individuals were hapless, unknowing, unintelligent individuals is just wrong.
Victims and advocates say they're frustrated.
Yo, you see, you got to be a different type of person to be a lawyer for a crook. Like, what type of heartless person that you got to be to defend a crook? What type of mind do you have that you know the person is dead wrong, he's lying, but you got to defend this person. You got to represent this person in court. And you're lying to your teeth, through your teeth, to defend a crook. You don't feel like, how do you sleep at night? Like, how do you go to bed? Like, you feel good that you're helping a criminal run free so that he could go and do it again to more people? You got to be a special person to be a lawyer, man. I couldn't be a defense lawyer for a crook. I couldn't. My conscience wouldn't let me, or wouldn't allow me to sleep.
At dawn, some are still fighting to keep their property.
It destroyed our lives. They took more than 13 years away from us.
The new sentencing date
grimy,
is now
bro.
set to November 12th, and on that day, more victims are expected to address Sony directly and tell him how this whole situation has impacted them. In downtown Brooklyn, Shakti Dennis, News 12 Brooklyn.
Downtown Brooklyn. Good old Brooklyn. You see? See? These people don't care. They and like I said, they think we're cattle. That's why they feel like they could do what they want to do to us with no repercussions. They feel like we deserve to reap the benefits from the cattle. They're nothing. They're goy. They're nothing. That's how they think. That's how they think. That's how they think.
Taking things that are genetically modified organisms.
So, I wanted to play this because I've seen this too. Bill Gates of hell, top 5 dark plans for the future. This is also part of the wearing out of the saints. With this guy right here. This man on the screen, this guy what you're looking at right now, there is a special place in hell for this person. He's going to have his own welcome entrance when he gets there. Like, it's going to say his name in gold letters over his cell. And he's going to get a special treatment for when he gets there. Because him.
Injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right in.
Let me play it back.
We're taking things that are genetically modified organisms and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
Like, no, and he said that openly. Like, we're taking genetically modified things and putting them into people. Like, that didn't raise not one alarm, like not one red flag at all.
The pandemic will come. We focused on preparation.
6% of global emissions
Hold
are
on,
cows.
Injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. Another pandemic will come. We focused on preparation.
6% of global emissions are cows who burp and fart methane to an extreme degree. You can either fix the cows to stop them doing that, or you can make beef without the cow.
You could fix the cows to make them stop doing what they're supposed to do naturally, pass gas, or you could make meat in a lab. And guess what, brothers and sisters? I don't know if I saved it. I'm gonna look for it. Y'all know that they're selling lab-made human meat in stores. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna share it with y'all. So best believe they already been creating these lab-grown meat of cow. You think you eating beef, but it's been grown in a lab. All they do is take the stem cells of that particular animal and create the meat.
Things that are genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
Another pandemic will come. We focused on preparation.
6% of global emissions are cows who burp and fart methane to an extreme degree. You can either fix the cows to stop them doing that, or you can make beef without the cow.
Can Microsoft founder Bill Gates control the weather? Well, according to a patent application recently released to the public, Gates and several other co-inventors seem to think that they can, at least when it comes to hurricanes.
Which then has this effect of reducing population growth. That's this big benefit.
And we're taking
depopulation. You see, these people don't want us to. They don't want us to share the earth with them. They don't want to share the earth with us. These people do not want to share the earth with us. They acting like they created the earth. They acting like they created the earth, and we just can't share it. That y'all just want us out the way. Pretty much. We're only good for labor and nothing else. That's basically what I'm getting from all of this. Right? We're only good for labor. It's insane. But guess what? The Most High got a plan. The Most High got a plan for them. And a plan for us. So I want you all to understand. The Most High sees what they're doing to us. The Most High sees it. And the Most High will put an end to it eventually. But we must go through this process. It's a normal process. It's not normal, but I would say it's a needed process. Because there's nothing normal about what these people are doing. It's not normal. It's insane. But it's a needed process that the Most High is putting us through. A purge. A state of correction. Right? So don't think for one second the Most High is not looking down and not considering us and don't see what's going on. Because if that was the case, we would have been out of here a long time ago. It's the Most High that's preserving us to this time, to this day. It's the Most High that's giving us the strength to endure what they're doing. Because to endure what they're doing, like you can't be a natural person just to endure this. The Most High Spirit got to be with you. And you could tell the people that's giving up, the people who are strung out on drugs and just living how they want to live, these people gave up. They've been worn out to the point to the point where, they feel like there's no hope. So I might as well be a junkie. I might as well turn to drugs. I might as well give my body away. I might as well just give up on life. Like it's easier to beg. I might as well just beg than go and get a job. It's easier. They gave up. That could have been us. But the Most High didn't let that happen to us. The Most High didn't put us in that situation. He gave us the spirit of resilience. He gave us the ability to persevere. Even though it's hard. We know it's hard. God knows I'll be looking up in the heavens like, do I really have to work this job? Do I really have to be here right now? And the Most High is looking at me like, yeah, you got to, yeah. Don't worry, just a little while longer. Just a little while longer. How do I know the Most High is saying this? Look, I'm going to leave y'all all with this scripture before I'm out of here. Isaiah 51 verse 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness. You see how and it's funny. I didn't notice this when I was reading this earlier, and when I said what I said earlier. Scripture said, Most High said, hearken to me. Hearken means to hear, listen. And it's like I was saying, how can we hear the Most High with all this noise? You can't be within you can't allow all that noise to overtake you if you're trying to hear the Most High. You're not gonna hear him in all this noise, in this chaos. Sometimes you may need to take some time off and just you and the Father, you and your thoughts. Decompress. Right? Sit down and just relax a little bit. Stop moving around so much. So that way you can hear the Most High. He said, hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. See, you that seek the Lord, look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are dig. Look at this. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I call him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. See? Look at Abraham as the example. For the Lord shall. So the word there, you see that shall there? It's a sure word. It's a definite, it's an absolute. You can't change it. So he said, the Lord shall comfort Zion. Comfort is coming. He will comfort all her waste place, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. For a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. So the judgment that he will render to these evil and wicked doers will be the light for us to understand, like, yo, the Most High did not forget us. My righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth. Like, salvation has already gone forth. You just got to go and you got to obtain it. You got to want salvation. It's already there for the taking. My salvation is gone forth, and mine arms shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arms shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like a smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. So it don't matter all the wickedness that they're doing. If one never picked up the Bible at all and just looked at what was going on around them and what's going on TV and music, you would just think that the world is just pure evil. But the Most High said his righteousness shall not be abolished. So righteousness will also reign. It may not be as magnificent as evil, but you will find righteousness, because not everybody want to live righteous. It's easier to do evil than to do good. The reason why it's easier because it's people are more comfortable to fulfill the lust of their flesh. It's more comfortable. It's more pleasing to do that, right? Verse 7. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness. So those who know righteousness, those who have decompressed from all the noise and are seeking after the Most High and looking for a word. It says, hearken unto me. Listen to the Most High. Don't let these world powers, these situations, what they're planning to do, put fear in you. Look towards the Most High for answers. Don't give up hope, because I'm telling you, I'm in it with y'all too. Sometimes it feels like it's hopeless, but this is a necessary process. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelings. So we see what they're doing. You see all of the stuff that they're trying to impose on our people, taking away rights, taking away our things, making it hard for us to obtain anything. Most I said, don't fear these people. Don't even be afraid. Because he's still going to make sure you eat every day. He's still going to make sure you have clothes on your back. He's still going to make sure you have a roof over your head. Don't matter. Don't worry about what they do. All right? It says, for the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. Now, when you see this, where is this talking about? When they get to their final destination, worms gonna cover them, moth gonna eat them up, right? Place of torments. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. So from each generation, the Most High shows his salvation. The Most High had been preserving us since the slave ships. If that was the case, we would have been gone already, eradicated. But we're still here, children of slaves, descendants of slaves, still here, persevering. And they looking at us like, yo, how are these people still alive? No matter what programs we put out there, no matter what health programs we put out there, no matter what type of restrictions and taxes we put on these people are still here. And they still having babies. Like what? What? Look, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Like this is what we're saying. Like, yo, show yourself, Father. Like, yo, come and destroy these people, like how you did in the past. Look, art thou not it that hath cut Rahab? And Rahab is another word or symbolic word or a name for ancient Egypt. Aren't you not him that destroyed Egypt and cut it off? At one point, it was a superpower at one point of the world. At one point, Egypt. He said, art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon, the devil? Art thou not it which have dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that have made the deeps of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? When the Most High split the sea, remember? It's him. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Right? That's coming. I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die? You ain't be afraid of these people, because the same thing gonna happen to them that's gonna happen to us. Everybody's gonna pass away. We're all men. So they gotta meet the Maker the same way we gotta meet the Maker. So what are we afraid of them for? Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the son of a man which shall be made as grass? And forgettest the Lord thy Maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy? And where is the fury of the oppressor? Where are they? The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread shall fail. Right? But I am the Lord thy God, that divideth the sea, whose waves roared. The Lord of hosts is his name. You see, look, I'm going to read this again, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he shall not die in the pit, nor his bread shall fail. What is this talking about? This is talking about us wanting to be free from this captivity. I'm tired of working this job. I'm tired of this. Working so hard, man. I don't want to work so hard And when I retire, I just die, right? Die in the pit. Look, nor his bread shall fail. Man, I got to keep working so we can have food on the table. But what the Most High said, but I am the Lord thy God. I am your God that divideth the sea, whose waves roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake. Stand up, O Jerusalem. Look at this. Stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord of the cup of his fury. So he said, listen, I know y'all drunk the cup. Y'all experiencing my wrath, but stand up. Gird up your loins. This is what the Most High wants us to understand through this chastisement, through this captivity. It's hard, yeah. But the Most High is saying, stand up. Why? Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that have brought her up, meaning all of the children of Adam. Nobody is looking to help Zion, the true Zion. None of the sons of Adam is looking to help us out, to tell us we the chosen people, to give us our land back, to make sure that we are out of harm's way. None of the sons of Adam is doing that. But what they do, they all band together to continue to destroy us, to pillage us. This is what the Most High is saying, right? These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. Look, this is our young men. No direction. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. They're upset, but they don't know why they're upset. They're straying along like bulls, like a furious bull in the street, but don't know why they're so furious. Because they can't hear the Most High. They don't know that it's the Most High's judgment on them. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. So the Most High is pleading Christ is actually pleading the cause of his people to the Father. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. So that cup of trembling and fury that the Most High gave us to drink, that has put us in servitude to the nations, that has chastened us. The Most High said eventually he's gonna take that away from us. Praise the Most High. He said, what? He said, I have taken, well, I'm gonna read it again. It says, thus saith the Lord, thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink of it again. And this is what we're experiencing. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing and we're experiencing within ourselves that, I shouldn't have to accept chaos. I shouldn't have to accept these conditions. Why am I living in these conditions? But before, you couldn't tell that you was living in those conditions. You accepted it for what it was, because why? You was drinking out of the Lord's cup, who put you in that situation. Now the Most High is starting to remove the cup from you, and you're like, now you could see, like, I accepted this for all these years. See? He said, you shall no more drink of it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflicted thee. This is what the Most High is going to start to do. And he's doing it already. But I will put it into the hands of them that afflicted thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, and we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. You know what that's depicting? You know what the Most High is showing here? How they using us? They use. You ever see those old I would say reenactments or plays or whatever they call, or TV shows, where a man is walking down the street with a woman, and there's a big old puddle in the street, and what he does, he take off his jacket and put it over the puddle so that the lady could walk over the puddle. That's what the nations do to us. That's exactly what the Most High is showing how the nations use us. But I would have put it into the hands of them that afflicted thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. Lay your body on the street so we can walk over you. You gonna do the hard work. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground. You see, we have our blood, sweat, and tears is on this soil. We built this place, yet they don't even want us to share it with them. Thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. That's how they use us. We're nothing. We're the human commodity. That's what we are to them. We're cattle. We are to be used and disposed of. You shouldn't want equal rights. What you need to be? What you need rights for? You don't need more pay. What you need money for? You're gonna give it back to us anyways. You don't need human rights. We don't consider you as 3/4 of a man. This is how they look at us. And this is why that Jewish man was able to steal from hundreds of black people, minorities, and think nothing of it, using us using us as a shield over a puddle to walk over us. But the Most High said, don't worry, what goes around, sure enough, comes back around. Doth saith the Most High, and doth shall it be, so be it. Aman, aman, sealed in the heavens. Sealed in the heavens. Let me play the thunder for that. Play a bomb for that. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Their day is coming. It's coming. And this is the reason why they're so frantic right now. They're doing all of this stuff. They got to hurry up by 2030. So you got to make sure they don't have nothing. It's okay. Look, because they know what's coming. And and believe it or not, brothers and sisters, they see and they know that we're waking up in mass numbers. This is the reason why they want you to vote. The voting is a casting system, is a caste system that they use to see how involved are we and where we are voting politically. Where we vote politically shows how we think. The fact that a lot of our people is not voting Democrat anymore, they're showing that there's a shift in how we're thinking. Right? So all of these, they're keeping tallies on a lot of stuff. How many of us are not giving our children the juice anymore when we take them to the hospital? They're keeping track of all of that. They understand that we're not buying it anymore. They know that a lot of our people is not even into these holidays anymore. That means their gods no longer have power over us during these holidays, where we want to spend our money and give our wealth back to them to put presents under a tree. They know. They are aware that we have awakened. So this is the reason why they got to ramp this thing up. Because it's only a matter of time till we look to the hills and be like, nah, my condition is look at how I'm living down here, but look at them up there. What are they doing? And we go up there and like, nah, yeah, this is where y'all at? All right, we want this. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, this is how they're wearing out the saints. And there's more that I could have went into. So much more that they're doing. But I just wanted to keep it short and sweet, nice and brief. And just, hopefully that you guys were able to understand from the picture that I painted. Right? I just want you guys to understand that. And also, brothers, since I want to mention, I mentioned it earlier, that we have a new installment of the Hebrew and Bible Academy that will be starting Sunday, December 14th. A new session of the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Please, brothers and sisters, do yourself a favor. I shouldn't even have to beg you. I ain't begging you, but I implore you, okay, to join this Hebrew and Bible Academy. Look, it's only for your benefit. Most High said we got to hearken. We got to take the time to listen. I mean, what better way to listen is by listening to our elders in the Hebrew and Bible Academy. You want to get your daily dose. Sunday dose, right? What is the theme? The theme of this academy is Beyond 2025. Hope after Armageddon. So, brothers and sisters, do yourself a favor and enroll in the Hebrew in Bible Academy, brothers and sisters. This has been so fun. All praises. I'm happy that this was edifying. And I hope this brought some clarity and some comfort to all of us. Because listen, I'm out there with y'all too. I'm still in the workforce. I'm still dealing with bills. I'm with y'all. So I'm not just talking about this because it's convenient. Nah, I'm talking about this because I'm going through this. I see it. I'm with y'all. We all in the same boat. All right, we here. We ain't got nothing left. What we got left? So, praise the Most High that, I could talk about it with y'all. So, don't worry about it. The Most High is confirming that, listen, pretty soon they gonna drink from that same cup that He made us drink. They thought it was all good when it was happening to us. Wait till it start happening to them. Just wait. They're look, they're not built like us. So I really want to see how they're gonna react, because they're not built like us. There's no way they could have survived slavery, bro. There's no way. They're not built for that. There was no way they would have never been able to survive it the way we survived it. They're not like us. So the table's gonna turn, and it's the Most High is slowly turning the tables. We seeing it. All right. Well, all praises be to the Most High. Right. I thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all. But brothers and sisters, like every good thing, this too must also come to an end. Right? It's time to go. It's already 11. It's about to be 11:30. Right? And oh yeah, real quick announcement, real quick. Starting in January, right? Most High's willing, I'll be starting streaming earlier, probably an hour earlier. But it'll do. It'll be better than coming on at 9:30, right? My work schedule is changing, so I should be able to come on earlier on Thursday, starting in January. So all praises be to the Most High. Yes, don't worry about it. We about to shoot. I said that last time, but we about to shoot for do some shooting for Young Men for Christ. That's in the works. Just trying to get our schedules in order. And also, we about to shoot for Living Room Praise. I know a lot of you guys been anticipating that, so that's coming as well too. So listen, we got a lot of work to be done. This is so much work, but so much little time. They really know how to wear out the saints, man. But don't worry, even though they wearing out the saints, we still gonna persevere, and we still gonna put in our brick for the Most High's kingdom. Ain't that right? No, that's the wrong one. All right, this one. There it goes, that one, yeah. we still gonna put in our brick for the Most High. So it don't matter. We gonna find a way. And the Most High is gonna, trust me, the Most High is gonna make us and help us find a way.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
So once again, all praise be to the Most High. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Deacon Hazak. Once again, your brother, your friend, your comedian. I don't know, whatever you want to call me, right? But I'm, once again, I'm here. I thank you guys for coming in and making this broadcast what it is. Most High willing, I'll see you all next week on the next one, right? Stay prayed up, like our brother Sharaf Benjamin said. Stay prayed up. That's our first line of defense, y'all. It's prayer. And trust me, the Most High is hearing our prayers. Don't believe that he's not listening to you. He's hearing you. And he'll send you words of comfort. And hopefully these words tonight were words of comfort, so we could, give you that boost of virtue to keep going. Right? Praise the Most High. So I'll see y'all next week, Most High willing. Love you all. Stay prayed up, sin not, so we could get on out of here and return home to Zion. Right? Shalom, peace, and blessings. And I'll see y'all. Commercial time.
Are you tired of reading the Bible and not really understanding what it means? Yo, you're reading the book upside down? I need a teacher. I got the perfect solution for you. The Hebrew and Bible Academy got you all covered. There, you'll learn the original Hebrew language with Elder Lawya, groundbreaking news from around the world with Elder Rawchaa, and all new up-to-date lessons, including ancient history with Elder Rawchaa. Visit us at historytimes.org and enroll there. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.